Hello. Hello. Okay, I think we're ready now. I think we're ready. Let me get everything set up. Hi, hi. Good to see you. Hi, Stephanie. Let me grab one more thing. Hold on. Yeah. The past few days of tech has been absolutely unruly for Lynn and I, but we're all right. So let's see. Here we go. Hi. How is everyone? How is everyone's Thursday? I'm ready to get started on this. So we have this absolutely wonderful two-dimensional image, or two, I guess 2D is kind of really a bad way to put it, but we have this fantastic static image. That's the word for it. Static image. And now I want to change it into something we can animate. So today I'll be working on that. So it's going to be a lot of me getting quite confused about things. So let's clean this up first. What's anyone else working on? Is anyone else working on anything today? Okay. Oop, don't do that. Okay, that's set up. So we have the I, W, I. This is Bee's Whiskers. W Whiskers. And these are both of their mouths. So let's duplicate that and clean that up a bit. W's mouth. And okay. So first off, I'm going to turn all of these off because this is fine to have. It is good to have, but now I need to break this down. The thing with that is I can turn my bucket onto canvas and make a clean new black selection. Turn this off. Which, by the way, this alone is very cute as well. So for this one, today has been so rainy. Just aggressively rainy today. It's been a lot of fun. Don't get me wrong. I love the rain. I love the storms. But it was quite a lot. Ale. Another thing I need to do. Let's do this in like red and then I'll change it in it. I want this to be hard so it doesn't have like a edge. Probably something like, and it doesn't have to be exact by any means. So honestly, I can use black to make my life. Well, hold on. How does that? Yeah. So I'm just going to be working on this today. There's not going to be a whole lot else. I don't have. I've been having a rough time. I slept, I'd say, most of yesterday to recover from Tuesday. Not that I am at all. I don't regret helping my friend in any sense of the word, but it was not a candle to what she had to go through. Not a candle. There's head, but it was still rough, and I'm so glad that we were able to help, but I needed some rest time. Today's been much, much, much better with the storm. I've had a lot of fun. I've been filming today. I didn't think I would be able to be up on my feet for a while, but I was filming today for some videos I want to work with. Okay, so here's the 3 setup. And the thing with Live 2D, which is what we're going to be porting this into, is that I can mess with colors of things, I can change things, I can flip them around. So I do think I don't need to have 2 of them here. I might just, for that, I do want to try, and this will be hard, but I do want to try to make this in the middle of the canvas. So let's try that, because it's going to make my life a million times easier over in Live 2D if I can figure that out. How to make sure this is in the middle of the canvas. And I can't just guess, is the thing. I can't just say, ah, that's close enough. It has to be like precisely in the middle. How am I going to do? So if I put it here into the very corner, like into the very, very corner, there we go. It has to be in the middle if I like crop to image, right? I don't know if this has. I don't think so. What I can do, let's try this out. 1846. A circle would be completely circular. So hold on, I'm doing that wrong. Let's go ahead, try this out. So we'll duplicate, duplicate, duplicate. No. I would have to hand put that in. Wait, okay. We gotta think. We gotta have to have a big think about this. No, we don't. We just turn that on. Okay. Off. Move. Directly into the corner. But for this one, we line it up there, and this one we line it up. I do want it to be as kind of pixel perfect as I can get. So that's pixel perfect on this side. And over here. Yeah, we have to think for ourselves. That is a requirement, especially in my community. Okay. There we go. And now I can trim this down to a size that will make sense. 1670. That's not the same. Let's make it 1670 by 1670 because we need it to be round, and round is going to be square. I'll turn this one back off. Okay, so now if I duplicate this and we would go to filter, invert, and then we go boop, boop, exactly on the circle. Same thing here, duplicate, filter, invert, boop, boop, and duplicate, filter, invert, and boop, boop. Now, if you notice, it looks like I didn't get this perfect, but I think that little spot in the middle should be okay. Let's see if I can't figure it out this way. If I take black and what's this doing? Not the direction I want it to go. No. Okay. So to close the gap entirely is 14. So we put it at 7. And then we do the same thing with this. We move this 7 in the other way. Ooh, don't do that. There. That's better. Now, unfortunately, that will affect all of these things as well. So I'm going to be right back. And then I need to get some water actually. And then we'll fix that. Here we are. We're going to make 2 folders. Lynn's in the other room teaching English. It's been interesting, to say the least, teaching English, because you don't realize, at least I don't, as someone who's not English minded forward, how do y'all manage that? Does this not work inside of a folder? Of course not. About. Okay, so now it's mirrored correctly. We have these bits. I know it all works. I want to know what order to put them in, and it looks like they're already in the right order. Tails on top, and then heads, and then body. Okay. Okay. So let's get everything out of folders. You're like, what? You just put them in there. I know. Don't worry, I know. Now, a lot of these, like I said, once we get into Live 2D, I should be able to just delete. But I'm going to pull them all in there anyway so that I have a good grasp on where things go. Yeah, that's good. So now is the time where we're going to save this as a SD. Transparent, yes. I don't think this is right. Okay. So we're going to go over to chat, which I know doesn't work, but let me go ahead and to do fix chat. I need to back up into my gallery in order to save this correctly. Save image PSD, preserve layers. There we go. Okay. And we're going to upload that to my drive. And in the meantime, let's set up for life. Hello, Master BK. Welcome in. How are you doing today? Am I okay? I'm okay. I've had a hard time this week, but I am okay. I will be okay. Oops, nope, don't do that. At least there's nothing there for you to see. That's fine. You're doing bad? That's no good. That's not what I want to hear. Very bad week? Okay, so everyone's just having a bad week then. I have my water with me though, that's what's important. We'll come and set up for live 2D. There we go. Thank you, Steph. What's been wrong with on your side, Master BK? Trying to reorder the after KYC. Aw. Well, thank you very much for that. Hello? Sorry. That's weird. So, no, it says one upload complete. I'm trying to download my file, and when I click on the download button, it just says, like, Ask Gemini. It doesn't say download. There we go. Download. Ad break in 5 over on Twitch as an early warning. Hello, hello. Raiding me, Beckett. Beckett, thank you. Tiny raid. No, that's not tiny. 7 is huge. Hi, everybody. I need to hydrate. Hi. Sorry you're on a blank screen right now. I'm downloading my file over from my phone. Hi. I'm Lady Lapine. I do art, I do animation, I do tarot, and my spouse does astrology. We do a lot of weird stuff over here. I'm so excited to have you here. Welcome, bunnies. Welcome, bunnies. Let me pull up the animation we're working on today, which is here. Pull that in. Wait, cancel. Hold on. I'm so not in. This week has been weird. Has anyone else been having just like a really strange week? Because for me, I feel like everything tech-wise is going completely wrong. I had to help out a friend. I'm in hella Brave Frog. Okay, so it's not just me, not tech, but everything else. That makes sense. Yeah, my brain has been slow. My tech has been like disgustingly broken all the time. Here's our cute yin yang kitties. Where is everything? This isn't all of the layers. It just like doesn't have all the layers. That's so strange. I mean, we can start with this and then go around. You owe your friend money. That's always hard, Master BK. So first things first, we're going to delete all this stuff. So, Beckett, I really hope that brain fog eases up because it has been that kind of week. And surprisingly, Apparently, the stars don't say anything about it being a bad week. Every tail weeks, wow. Every Sunday my spouse does astrology, and they'll let us know like what's coming in the stars in the next week. Apparently this was not it, but everyone I talk to is like, oh yeah, this week's been terrible. But that's why we're here. That's why we're in chat, because I want to hang out with people. So I'm glad I have people to hang out with. I really appreciate the raid so much. Maybe they know how bad they don't want to make us cry. I like that idea. That makes it feel way more. Is it Mercury in the microwave again? Not right now. Not as far as I know. I'll be honest though, I'm real bad at the astrology stuff. But as far as I know, Mercury is not in the microwave. Deserves to be right now though. Ah, right. That's wrong. There we go. I got too nervous. Here we go. And then we'll put our eyes in there too. Okay, and then this goes into head wiggle. Now, hate to raid and run, but it's bedtime? No, I feel like raiding and running is totally normal, Beckett. Go ahead and go to sleep. I'm glad you had a really good, or I hope you had a really good stream. And thank you for the raid, of course. Thank you for being here. It's always so sweet to get little raids. Today is not the day for anyone to like enjoy me and in my stream, but here we are. I am simply untalkable. So any raiders in there, I'm so glad you're here. How are you doing tonight? Let's go ahead. I need to change my canvas space. I don't know if I can do that. Oh, maybe does it even matter? Wait, hold on. Does canvas space even matter? No, not in this program. It's fine. Tail, add that in, and then eyes will get their own. Now, before I do that, let's go ahead and get this whole, well, it's gonna yell at me if I do, but we'll get this whole thing into a whole warp deformer. And we're going to rotate this because I want these eyes to look a little bit more natural. And for that to happen, the box has to be in a specific way. So now, if I open up head, I grab the eyes, I make a new box. Okay. I just don't get to have nice things, but that's fine. If I do this, it still works. So we'll add. Now, I'm not going to do the white cat just yet, because I'm pretty sure that if I set this up correctly, I can copy it over and just duplicate the cat. So, head bob. I don't need a whole bunch. But I'd love it if we had a tiny bit of wigglement. It's really cute, in my opinion. It'll look even cuter when we have all of the layers. We have the whiskers and the mouth and stuff, which just decided to not be here. We'll have our blink, which I'm going to a cute little blink. We just need to make the default be 0 or 1. Change, no. I never remember how to do this. Edit parameter. There we go. Default 0. My cat just scared absolute bejesus over me over there. And last, our tail wiggle. So now this one. How am I? I'm doing much better as of right now. Add in our bit here, and this will be take. So on one side, we'll curve it in. Yeah, I'm doing a lot better as of currently. And I'm thinking, I am excited for eating. What is going on with this, by the way? Usually this tool is much happier to help. I promise I know how to use the program. Is it because I rotated everything? Might be because I rotated it. Well, thanks. I thought to myself, do I need to make this straight to make it curve better? I might have to. Which is fine, especially since I'm going to need to import in new layers anyway, since it just didn't pick up on a lot of them, which is so strange. But we have a cute blink, a little head wiggle. I didn't even like move the ears at all, but it like kind of looks like the ears are moving anyway, just because of the way the tail works, which I think is really cute. I'm highly inspired by, there's a specific GIF on, there's a website I use a lot that's like for editing GIFs, and their waiting GIF, their loading GIF is a cute little cat wiggling. And it's kind of the big inspiration here for me. Okay, so if that's the case, I'm going to pop on over to our original file, which is over on my phone because I do all of my drawing on my phone. And we're going to get stuff how they need to be in order to get all of the layers I need. And then we're also going to real quick make that straight tail. So I'll bring you with me to here. And I think it's because I had them on invert, which is going to be a pain if it isn't something that thought it was something that they could do, but I guess not. So we'll pull these all up to normal, 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 perfect. And then we'll make just a brand new layer and pick our felt tip pen hard. We'll make it about original size of the tail. About there. I'm going to turn on a ruler just to make sure I get this extra correct. There. Now it looks like it's a no cats allowed sign. So back, we're going to save this as a preserved PSD. I'm going to, nope. It's not a stream unless there's scuff. Hi, there's my phone. Upload this to my Drive real quick, get it onto my computer. We'll get this. Yeah. So, pulling this up. Download. I know this is riveting TV, but I'm here to learn how to stream. I get better every night. But it's certainly not something I would call myself good at yet. So we're going to pull this in here. It's going to ask us, at least it should ask us. Come on now. I'm begging you. Oh. Why is there Okay. So we want it on this one and we want to replace it. Now that gives us, unfortunately I did rotate it. Probably shouldn't have done that. But it does give us our extra layers. Thank goodness. So be mouth, be whiskers, we can put into head. And let's see if we can't have, and if we can't, I can make it work with clipping and stuff. But if we put it to, oh, they don't have invert yet. Fun. Invert's going to be fun when they do add it, though. Okay, no problem. I can make this work with just clipping. Let's actually, like, unrotate things. I think I need to do that. Let's put things inside of hole. Okay. Z, there we go. Hole. Just this. And we're about here, especially if I turn this off so I can see it a bit better. I love how it's like, oh yeah, I'll unrotate it so it's not weird. And then like the box is still like this. Sure. Okay, why not? So this one, I can screen this like that. And for same here, green color, whoop, bottom. Now, here's the fun part, that we're going to be duplicating this. Control C, Control V. This one, we want to clipping ID. Want it to clip only to this one. And then we're going to change this back to black. No? Ah, right. Wrong one. We want this one. There we go. See? Now that works. Same thing with this guy's whiskers. I'll duplicate those. We'll clip it to this head and we'll screen up to white. Perfect, perfect, perfect. We love to see it. Hello, blood type. Hello, Yandere. It's so good to see you. Sorry I was not looking at my chat. And just like talking to myself. But here we are. With a little bit of a cursed setup, but we're gonna make it work. Eyes, so we want these ones in head. We want these ones to be in a sure. Whiskers. E-whiskers. We'll make another one of whisker wiggle and add this in. And then our big fun problem to solve is we're going to be taking out, there it is, bee's tail, turning that off. And instead, how dare you focus on the project? Thank you, Yandere. And you're like, that's weird. Why would you do that? Just for reasons. For reasons. I feel like I made it the same thickness. I promise. It does feel thicker. Does it, because it is much thicker, really. Don't worry about it. Something like that. Much closer. Okay. So this one, put it in here. Just for sorting things, I turned this off. We're going to unlink that because it didn't work. We're going to add our straight line this time. If I can. Add it in. They're so cute despite their shifting forms. Thank you. And then our default, we need to pop into position. So I'm going to pull this up here, make it like a red color so I can see it. And then curve our new tail to match. So kind of one thing at a time. Oh no, no, promise. Promise, promise. It's gonna be okay. What in the actual world? I promise, it should be okay. Technology has simply just not been working for me today. I'll tell you that much. Oh, that's why it's not working. I was like, why isn't it working? Okay, so that's probably also why the tail isn't working. Not gonna lie. I have to mesh it. Absolutely normal thing for me to have to do for this program that I just completely missed. Actually, everything needs meshed. So real quick, it's a teeny tiny little file, so I'm just going to heavy mesh everything since it doesn't matter with the size. My computer's not going to struggle with that. Mesh, even though we're going to not use it, I'll mesh it anyway. I'll mesh these. And now, like I said, I think we're probably going to be able to duplicate stuff so I don't have to do both cats animations and simply copy paste them, but we'll see how it goes. Much better. Okay, let's see what we can't do now. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm talking. Look how much easier that is. Okay, so this is not what we want, but talk to me about whatever this lump is. What's up with that? Why are you making that weird lump? It probably has to do with how it's met. Really interested in like the why here. If I come back over here and I check this mesh, like look at how terrible this is meshed. Oh no. Am I gonna? Okay, fine. Fine. It's fine. Let's go ahead and it's B, I think. Erase all that. Cats are always a good idea. They're so good. These cats in particular, fantastic. We're going to turn on once oh, sure. Yes. So we'll make this completely correctly upright, more or less, because I need this to be mirror editable. We're not gonna auto. We're gonna come in here, get rid of everything, and mirror edit. Can I move it? Does it have to be in the middle of the canvas? Yeah, I guess it does. So yeah, I do. Can you modeling, show, guide, center thing? About like that. Last tries the charm. We're just gonna pretend this is hello. There we go. How do people we're gonna be learning. This is gonna be something we're gonna be learning about. But if I hit shift, can I draw in like a straight? Nope, I cannot draw in a straight line. If I hit control, can I draw this? No. Caps lock? No. They just trust you to have some artistic ability here. They're like, if you're using this program, you should be able to just do it. Just freehand it. Really rather not. Hey, what do you mean? Do I have to like accept it or something? Sure. That's fine, I guess. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, I can change it after the fact. That's nice. Like I said, this is about learning. This is about growing. Okay. And then I would connect everything. Confirm stroke being edited. Click here. Thank you. No. Hold on. No, ooh. No, don't do that. Confirm. Oh no. Here we go. Okay. Turn like these. Much better. Okay. So now what are you doing? What doing? Extremely good question, Master BK. What am I doing? Like the auto connect. Yeah, we also want these connected. And we don't actually want that. That looks terrible. So we're going to not do whatever this is. Okay. And then basically do another line down the center here. No. We need to turn off here. It looks like a mitochondria. Kind of love that. Cool. Hit auto connect again. Okay, this should work theoretically much better. I know this is probably like rocket science to some people in here, but hopefully you're at least having fun. Okay, so now we can try and get this working better again. Already, that's looking much better. There is still that weird bit, but I feel like it's much more manageable this time if I manually fix it than it was last time. That, and then we'll get rid of whatever the heck's going on here. Okay. So obviously that's not how much I want the tail to be moving. So we can keep this on for a guide, just in case. Going to go ahead and grab this. Control Shift C. Control Shift V. And Control Shift V, so I have a good starting place. Thank you, thank you. And we're going to make this a little bit of a bloop, right? Like there doesn't need to be a ton of movement. I think even just like a little bit more here would be really sweet. That doesn't really make sense though. Yeah, there we go. That's a good tail wiggle. We have our good blink, which I'm quite happy about. We have our good head wiggle, which I'm quite happy about. So whiskers, let's go ahead and get them moving. So over here, how am I gonna do that? It shouldn't be too bad. I want them to droop down, I want them to droop up. So we're going to grab this side. Okay. We're gonna solo this so I can actually see what I'm doing. And down just a bit. And up. So there's a little bit of flickety floopity. You know, the technical term is flickety floopity. Same thing over here. Nice down movement. And a little bit of upward. A little bit more of upward movement. Okay. Turn that off. I think that can be better. I think that could be much better. Are the whiskers going to spin the same direction the logo spins? Do you want the logo to spin? But yeah, if you want the logo to spin, it could make it look like they're like the physics is doing stuff to them. They're snuggling. They are. That's the whole bit that makes me happy. So there we go. That's a better tail movement in my opinion. Then got the blink, the head wiggle, and the whiskers up and down. So let's see if we can't. So my brain pictures, but I love yours too. Yeah, they can absolutely spin. We can get that worked out. So thinking to myself here, if I was to take, we're going to take this out. We're going to take this out for now. Well, never mind. Okay. I'm thinking real big things. Tail. We want him. Him. And this is the totality of black. Create. Okay. So if I then get rid of all of this, we have just our beautiful black cat. He's doing stuff. He's thinking about things. He's got ideas. Look at him go. He's thinking about things. He's got ideas. He's so stupid. I love it. My brain saw spinning to represent movement of change and pass counterclockwise for some reason. No, that's all right. I mean, like, yin yang is usually spinning, so it makes sense to me. So what we're going to do is we're going to Control C, Control V. Nope, not like that. We're going to select child objects, Control C, Control V. Okay, so now there's two of them. Now there's two of them. Let's see if I can't make this work. Fingers crossed. If I model their edit form, flip. No. I mean, that is usually what I use flip for, but that's not what I want right now. Edit modeling, deformer, texture. I wonder. Hello, Cherry. Welcome, welcome. I want you to lurk. That makes me happy. Flip. We're going to try it that way, and then we're going to... Can we not flip vertically in this platform? Is that not a thing we can do here? Flip. Vertically. Okay. Okay, so it's not completely centered. That's still a bit of a problem. But I think we can make it work. So if I take him and pull him... Or maybe it's because this isn't... Yeah, there we go. That's a bit better. It doesn't look like a circle, but that shouldn't... Not sure what happened there. We're gonna figure it out. We're gonna figure out what happened. What is... Is it the tail? I may have put the tail in like slightly the wrong place. Anyway, so awesome. We have... No, Cherry. It happens. It happens. So now we're gonna switch their colors here. White cat. It's gonna be black. It's gonna be white. This is gonna be white this time, and this is gonna be black this time. And then this is... I see that you're not doing anything there. Well, I guess I need to use multiply. No? Friend? How come I can't see your eyes? Oh, because they're maybe behind over here? That could be a problem. No? Interesting. But let's go ahead and put things in the correct order. Where we're going to put these together, our heads together, our tails together. Our eyes, there we go, need to be... Oh, it's because they're closed. I was like, how come I can't... No. Friends. Countrymen, what is going on? How come I can't see your eyes? Show me your eyes. What's going on? Where'd they go? Oh, okay, they were closed. They were closed. That's my problem. Okay. So now... I see that's gonna be a problem. Let's go ahead and get your tail to the right color, my... They're gone. Goodbye. And I'm sure Head's gonna have the same problem here. Oh, I guess he doesn't know. Because he's not directly tied in. And neither are whiskers. The whiskers should be fine. However, one of these whiskers is not like the others. We want this one to be... This one? I need to change that to this. There we go. Friend? Countryman? Okay, so now the white ones works. The black ones doesn't. And this one needs to be clipped to... that one. There we go. There we go. There we go. Whole thing has whole thing, so I can move this a bit. Make it feel like it's in the middle of the canvas, even though it's not. It's fine. Don't worry about it. But we got some fun wiggleums. We have their blinkies, their head wiggles, and their whiskers going up. Now, I might end up changing that so that they fall with the same one, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure yet. So real quick, so I don't... no. We're going to save this so I don't lose all this progress. Thank you. And then the whole thing, we want the whole thing. Is that the middle? Doesn't feel like that's the middle. But if I put it here in the middle, that might help myself out there. Keep zooming in and it just keeps... There we go. Doesn't seem like the middle. I'll tell you that much. Because I would love to know where the middle was in order to set something up like rotation. Now, when I did this, I had it set up. And then, like, why is this in particular? Would love to know. This should not be at all wiggled. Let's see how that is. If that's centered, I don't think it is, but we'll see. Turn off grid. I want to just see my lines. It would be great also if, can I change it to be, yes, that's much helpful. Okay, there we go. That's better. Now let's figure out this tail thing because I'm not a huge fan of how this is set up. It has lost its like circle bit. So this needs a little bit further like so in order to make it feel more circular. And same thing on this side. I'm wondering, do I want them to break? I don't think I do want them to break this. So I would like that to be further in. So this is going to make them not exact because I would have to redo all of that to make it exact, but I think it would just look a bit nicer if it doesn't break out. It like doesn't leave any transparency there. It's better. Save. Sure. Go for it, friend. Link's fine. This is fine for me. It does leave an open spot, but an open spot here as well. The thing with that is that I would like to do this, that, and that should fix it as well. Well, at least on that side. Yeah, that's good. So the whiskers need a little bit of updating as well because when we turn, especially like right there, we want that to be in the middle. This one be about like there-ish to be more middle-y. Looks a little unnatural that their tails move in the same way. It is easier to animate, but I can also unlink it and so that they move differently. I wasn't sure what like kind of animation you want. If you want it to be very, I would say logo-ish, which would be very symmetrical, or if you would like it to be more natural like that. So if you are clearly preferring natural, then this is look ovally now. I'm obsessed with like what is going wrong here. I think I've been talking about how tech has been just like destroying me lately. So we're gonna pull this out. I don't want this to be part of this. Down. Turn that off. Or not. Hold on. I want all of this in here. I can turn that off. Just look at this. Move this to be centered. Again, like I said, I had that all set up and tech just like is not working for me. What is, hello? Why did you make that square on that? Not square on this side. Sure. Anyway, that's centered. Okay, that's not too far off. How much of this is... A lot. How did you manage this? Hey, May, how did you manage this? How did you do this? It's like smaller. I didn't make... Where did the tails go? Wait a minute, hold on. Where'd the tails go? Where'd everything go? I'm all in for more cat art. No, technology just simply stopped working for me Tuesday morning. Tuesday morning, all technology went, nope. I'm not gonna work anymore. Oh, okay. Okay, so we're gonna undo whatever the heck happened there. Thank you. Which I guess we can make a folder for that. Sure. And then I'm gonna make another folder here. Okay. This. Centered. Please. That looks centered to me. This. Make this like 50% so I can tell what's going on. Like, I didn't tell it to do that. To be honest with you, I did not tell it to do that. If I set this to the center, that's all I want. Is for this to be somewhat centered. And that seems centered. However, it lets me it shows me where I thought it was ovally. I thought it was ovally, it's this. This is what's ovally. It's no longer ovally. Same here, just a little bit. And so that their default rest state is a more or less circle. Payment's not going through. I'm thinking about that big now. Okay, turn that back. More or less circle. Our tails wiggle. I can decenter those. They blink. I can decouple those. They wiggle. Only thing I'm seeing is that I would love that to not become open. It doesn't become open over here. Again, what kinds of things here are happening? So what I would like to do, pull that up a little bit more. It's gonna drive me crazy. Yes, I am. Yes, I am being this much. Do I need to be this much? I don't. But I will lose my absolute mind if I just let it. And then that's so much better. Save. Okay. There goes that wind. Okay. So now that we're here, let's go ahead and decouple these. Since it'll look a little bit there, a little bit better that way. Tail wiggle 2. Blink 2. Whiskers 2. And head bob 2. We want just this one. Change. Okay. Now it moves by itself. Just this one. Changed. Blink 2. Just this one. Changed 2. And whisker. Select. Just this one. Change 2. There we go. File, save again. And here's the big one that I was futzing over everything in order to make it go. There we go. In order to make it much more in the middle, because I do want to have that spin. Aha! That's a problem. Hold on. We have a problem. This. Cancel. I see. Everything is my fault. It's fine. It's fine. What did I just do? is make that not do that. Hello? Do they do it again? Okay. We'll again fix that. It's fine. Nothing's wrong. And this one. Because I would much rather get this like loaf bit than have a blank space in the middle. This is still wrong? Come on now. There we go. So this black whiskers, so the ones underneath, the ones on top are clipping to this, and they're also clipping to no, that is how that would work. So we're gonna do it this way, and we're going to reverse. There we go. And we're gonna pick our black and interesting. How are we gonna make this work? How are we gonna make this work? I love clipping so much. It does just do this. It does just decide to make my life hard. That's why I was really hoping that we had invert set up in Live 2D by now, but we don't. So really that's not the option. Well, hold on. Wait, we're almost there. We're almost there, because if I then wiggle these, that is, in fact, mostly correct. And then if I copy this again and make this one clip only to hold on. I'm so close. This needs to be white, and it needs to clip to that is correct. Wait, that's correct. Yes, that's correct. So now it's behaving colors correctly. Okay. So I know it can be done. Let's fix the other one. Where we're going to have our problem is when head this or no, this head. Now, the interaction of whisker with whisker, I cannot make that work. I'm sorry. It's not gonna work. But we can make this part work. Where the only thing so far is this little bit is a bit off. Otherwise, these whiskers, not these whiskers are doing all right. They have a little bit wrong, but not too bad. And if we move this head around, okay, so this is really the part where it gets at all bad. So this one will change to how did I do it? How did I do it on the other one? Hold on. This one, top one's white, black, white. So we want black, white, and then another black one on top. This one is clipped to nothing. Perfect. This one is clipped to both heads and the opposite body. Both heads and the opposite. Oh. Reverse clip. Yeah. Yeah. Maybe? Confusing. Seems incorrect, actually. There we go. Yes, and then the top one is white, and it is clipped to hello? If it's white, and it's not clipped to anything, it means it's not white. There we go. And clipped to that head. Okay. There we go. Oh man, that's awful, Lynn. I'm sorry. Better. Okay, so now, like I said, the only problem is when whiskers will interact with each other. It's simply an issue I cannot solve. I'm sorry. So we'll save again, and let's see if we can't get this whole thing to rotate. I'm a little bit worried about the rotations, not gonna lie, but let's get everybody back to defaults. That's not how that should work. So this blink is here, this blink. Edit, default should be 0. There we go. Then we're going to add a rotation. And we're going to move it to be centered. We're going to add spinning. This is going to be a repeating. Okay, okay, okay. And then we'll add this in 1, 2. Yep. So this one here will be at 0 and here. Okay, well, let's wait. Hold on. We don't make it repeating yet. So here it's at 0 and here it's at 360. It do be spinning. It do be ovally, to say the least. But I think once the tails be doing things, that ovalness will not be so much of a problem. I can actually also go in and figure that out. But look at that! It's not too bad. If I turn this on, yeah, that sure do be a problem. How did I manage that? Obviously my bottom layer is simply also not a circle. I'm not sure how I messed it up that bad. But I did find the middle and it is spinning. So then if I come in here to edit parameters, repeat, I can just have it spin forever. Woo! Wow! Crazy. Hmm. 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 Okay, if I put it like this, then I take that and I force it into circular shape. It's not gonna be pretty. It's gonna be lumpy. It's gonna be lumpy. Is it the tails? Am I crazy? Flag. It's gotta be the tails. Hmm. Tail. Tail. What I need to do, actually, to fix my problem. Add that in. I think that's gonna help a lot, actually. Let Storm be doing things. I'm a big fan. I'm not telling the storm to stop. I'm just letting y'all know the storm be doing things. It's less ovally now. That's for sure. Still a bit ovally. Hmm. I think, like I said, it won't be nearly as like seeable when the tails are moving. I'm just not laundry wise. So let's save. And let's try doing some physics settings, question mark? I think that's where we're going to want to put the whiskers doing things. So let's see. Here we go. What we can't do here. So we're going to make a new physics. We're going to call it whiskers because that's the only thing we're going to be adding. Input is spinning. Effectiveness 100. And then output, add. Okay, fine. Add whiskers. And so now if we spin, so we don't want it to be, I know you can't see much. We don't want position, we want angle, I think, is what's going to make it do the thing. Let's see if I can't get you to be able to see this. Sort of. Like you can see it when it stops. Oh, I need to add their tails to the whisker. Okay, that's good for me to know. So while it's spinning, it's, oh, well, it is doing things. Not every goth wears all black. It's true. Well, okay. It's something. But let's go ahead. I'm going to fix that bit with this bit. You know what I'm talking about, this bit. So this is a white one. And so we want to, what is it clipped to? Theoretically just to this. Oh, the other head. Okay, so that's not the problem. This one, this white one, we want to clip it maybe to this head. That shouldn't, no. This is, hold on, I'm so confused. Okay. This one, we would want to, this one, okay, is, not quite. Are we gonna just, you know what, here's the fun part. We're just gonna make another one. This one's gonna be black, and it's gonna be clipped to just this. Because I can't be bothered. I cannot be bothered to make it work. I can do this. I'm allowed. Okay, Control Z, Control V again. Over here, same idea. We want this one to be white, yeah. And we want to clip it to just that. Perfect. Now the whiskers react to the tails. We love to see it. Save. Hello, goat! Goat! Hi, goat! Hi, duck! It's good to see you. Okay. Save. We're gonna walk back over to physics real quick. Please. Thank you. The physics does do things, but not really like while it's spinning. We'll see how that does. We'll see how that does when we work over to our animation setup. So let's pull this into here. We want this for video. Hi, good to see you. Glad you could join us. Only here because you all are amazing. Aww. Thank you. Go ahead and see if I can't. Parameter. Vector log. Takes me 8 million times to find it, no matter what I'm doing. Animation. Scene. Scene. Edit. No. No. Ooh. Timeline. Just mumbling to myself like I'm crazy. I'm really just trying to change the canvas size, my guy. How do I do that? I feel like I search this every single time. Live 2D animation change canvas size. The storm do be doing things. I love that. File canvas settings. File canvas settings. Please call in modeling view. I don't want to call it in modeling view. I want to call it an animation view. Canvas size for animation. How do I do that? In the scene window, click the scene name. The inspector should change to the version which exposes canvas size. In the scene window, click on the scene name. That is so extremely hidden. I would never have found that in a million years. Okay, so let's make this like 2000 by 2000. We want it big. We want it large. Okay, maybe that's a bit too... Oh, we don't want to keep the aspect ratio. We do want this to be square. Large. Love to see it. Okay. Of course! Thank you for being here. Have a good dinner. Okay. And then... animation for a logo. 7 seconds. Tops. I'd say 4 would feel more natural. 1, 2, 3, 4. Like if you put it at the beginning of a video. We could even make it 5 and have like a cooldown period of a second. But I think no more than 5. Now for this one, how many times is it going to spin within 5 seconds? It's going to be one part. So we have once every second. I think it's going to be way too much. However, what is divisible by 5? Not a lot of things. Well, no, that's the fun thing about this program, actually, now that I think about it, is I can put marks outside of the animation length. If we go to 2 seconds, have it rotate once there, 4 seconds, rotate there, and then at 6 seconds, rotate there. Now that is the wrong direction. They specifically requested counterclockwise. So we're going to change these to, oh. Oh, no, don't do that. Can I flip this? If I hit select, reflect. Perfect. Okay. Then I don't have to worry about it. 2, boink, 4, boink, and 6, boink. Gnocchi! Gnocchi's my favorite. We have so many leftovers to get through, which I am not upset about in the slightest. But there we go. It do be spinning now. Now we also want to make this loopable, in my opinion. Which just means we need it to be 6 seconds long. I think that that's a fine time. Perfect. So now we'll go ahead, add some things like a blankie. How long does a blinky take? I don't know. I'm way zoomed in. I'm like disgustingly zoomed in. But a blink does not take that long. How's long that? How's that? Oh, that's maybe too fast of a blink. We want some slow blinks. We want some kitty slow blinks. There we go. So we'll have them blink maybe twice like that. We'll have the other one blink maybe here. And here. I'm still hot. You are, in fact. Oh, somehow we got extra long blinkies. I didn't mean for that to happen. How'd that happen? Ah. Mmm. Mmm. Because I did not think. I did not process. We have that, and then this would be. Nope. Wait. Stop. Not that. Where's my blink 2? There's my blink 2. Here. And here. we go. Save this as the start. This will be logo animation. Save. Absolutely true. Blood type. Completely, you're spitting facts. Okay. And then we're gonna start with some head wiggly wigglies. I love the way that looks. It's very cute. Oops, that's not what I wanted. Now, do I start on this side here? No, I start in the middle. So over here at 6, we will also need it in a minute. And just go on so it doesn't disappear. I don't see you wiggling your head, little guy. What's going on there? Hmm? How come your head don't be wiggling? I guess it is. It's just very slowly. I don't see it doing it. I guess it's just very small. A little bit too little. Okay, now I can see it a little bit. Dermatologist? I mean, they're not lying. That's how I'm coping as well. You've got this. You've got this. They're cuddly. They're cuddly. Look at them. Sweethearts. Get our head bob 2 in here. Oh, that'll need fixed. Mm-hmm. Let's see what we can't do. How does this, if I bake animation here, what does that look like? What does that do? Yeah, I mean, it does do a thing. I think I would like the physics of the whiskers to also be shown a little bit, at least in the head movement as well. So we have input with spin at, let's say 50, and then head bob. Okay, never mind. Head. This is, wait. Head bob, and then we want only, we'll delete this one. So now 50 and 50. A little bit there, and then this one needs to be angle as well. No, position. Interesting. There we go. I want to increase our output here. Mm, 5. It needs to be a lot more. There we go. Okay. I like that. So then we get to add whiskers 2. Or actually, I think I can just, yeah, duplicate. Okay. Change this to whiskers 2. This one to head bob 2. And now our white kitty should be. I'm gonna reflect this one. I guess unreflect it. No. There we go. Get out of there. Back over to here. See if I can't animation, see, track, bake. Okay, thank you. See how that looks. I mean, they're doing things. Ooh, dessert. I'm excited for dessert. Thank you. Okay. So this is where I'm going to end it for today. I think we did pretty well here. I will get some feedback from the commissioner, see how they like it, what they would like changed. And we might be done with this. We have a nice static image that I like that's actually circular. I'm only a little bit angry about that. And we have this nice little rotating bit, which is a little bit not circular, but you know what? It is what it is, I guess. I can come in here and I can try to make it circular because it's really, really, really gonna bug me. But I do think that they're very sweet and I do think they're very good. So I will leave it here for now. We might finish this up next art stream, or I might be done by then. A little dizzy making at this speed. Okay, well, hold on. I can change that. What if we... Hold on. We're gonna fix that first. Instead of every 2 seconds, what if it's every 3 seconds? Right? What if we did that instead? So, where's the one at 4? Wait, hold on. 1, okay. Interesting. Every 3. Yeah? Sure. Did I do that right, or am I crazy? No, I'm crazy. This is wrong. Delete. Here, and then boop. So this will be a bit slower. We'll see how that is. It is a bit dizzy making. I'll say that. We can make it even slower than this. We really have a range when it comes to doing commissions. I've been told that that is actually can be a bad thing, but I will take that as a big compliment. Let's make it even slower. Let's try 4 seconds. Move this over to 8. Now that won't loop this way, but that's all right. Yeah, I think that looks a lot better actually. So let's animation, timeline, bake again, just so it makes a little bit more sense. That, yeah, that's a lot better. That's a lot better. So we'll make it an 8-second loop then. I think that that's all right. I'll get some feedback and we'll see what blood type needs. Like, what if you want an 8-second loop? That seems long. What do you want from this? You want a 2-second? I don't know. We'll figure it out. But I do think this is where we want to leave it. So we'll leave it here for now. And I will see you tomorrow for tarot. So thank you for hanging out with me. Thank you for being here. You'll see the finished one soon. And have a very good night, okay? So, bye-bye, everybody. Bye-bye. Bye.